hope is actually rising on the long incarceration of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as all hope have been resuscitated right now. All hope for freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been resuscitated. Following, his lawyers argue that continued detention without conviction is an abuse of due process. That is what is happening now. So, October 10th hearing is being closely watched by international observers and legal advocacy. So, right now, there is 70% hope that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu may be freed. So, his freedom is right beside the corner. Many people are jubilating over this very news because one of his lawyers have actually said everything that the government needed to hear, even the judge needed to hear. So, 10th October hearing is being closely watched by international observers. So, if the court rules in Kanu's favor, it may open door for future legal reforms surrounding political detentions in Nigeria. That is what is actually happening now. So, many analysts say this in more than a legal matter. It is a test of Nigeria's commitment to justice and constitutional order. One of the legal leaders in Kanu's case, Barrister Njoko, insisted that the Nigerian government must not use technicalities to suppress dissent or muzzle self-determination campaigns, that people have rights for self-determination and campaign if they want, but it must follow the due process and legal litigations, so that whatever you want to do must be in accordance with the established constitutions of the country. He added that lawful dissent must be separated from violent extremism, and courts must uphold civil liberties. That the court must uphold civil liberties, because most people are kind of asking if federal government is in control of our courts here, because they don't listen to courts. They don't obey court order, which is not good. They don't obey court order. There's no freedom of speech, rule of law. So that's what justice, which is very apparent, and many people are criticizing that. So, but this Nnamdi Kanu's case is coming to an end with what is happening now, what we are seeing right now. So IPOP supporters have maintained peaceful calls for Kanu's release, avoiding violence to protect the legitimacy of the demands. There is growing public awareness right now that justice delayed is in such case erodes public trust in the judiciary. So political observers knows that free Nnamdi Kanu now will also reduce tensions in the southeast ahead of 2027 general election. So the world is closely watching on 10th October to see whether the Nigerian judiciary will uphold fairness or succumb to political pressure, because there's a lot of political pressure right now. So now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's long-awaited freedom may finally become a reality on 10th October 2025 as fresh legal momentum builds around his case. So one of his lead lawyers, Barrister Njoko, has reignited hope by strongly condemning the 2023 Supreme Court ruling on Kanu's case, calling it unconstitutional and a travesty of justice. So according to Njoko, the Apex Court ignored the legal principles and international conventions concerning Kanu's extraordinary rendition from Kenya. He emphasized that no credible legal system should validate process that began with an illegal abduction and forced return of a citizen. It's never done. That is what he said in his words. That is never done. So the lawyer stated that Nigeria has not only breached its own laws, but also violated global human rights standards. So this renewed push from Kanu's legal team is now placing pressure on the Nigerian judiciary to act with integrity and fairness. Right now, that is what is happening now. Of course, everything happening around this Kanu's case is what we bring to this platform here. So everything about this case and other updates, this is the best channel where you get everything you need to know about this very case. So if you have never subscribed, kindly subscribe now for more updates happening around this case, because this Kanu's 10th October ruling will be a heavy one, because many people are watching. International observers, communities, leaders are watching closely this case to see what will happen. Because take a look at what happened yesterday at Naples, where the protesters, angry protesters, set their parliament on fire, even arrested, even mobbed their prime minister. He was disgraced and mobbed. So protesters took over the country, set all those corrupt leaders' houses ablaze. So now there must be a tension in other countries and states. Right now, many people are being pushed to do what they are not supposed to do. If the court is not granted the freedom to speak and convict a person, it really means that what the leaders and the government are trampling on the rights of the citizens and individuals in that very said country. So this renewed push from Kanu's legal team is now placing pressure on the Nigerian judiciary to act with integrity, fairness, and supporters of Kanu, including human rights group and IPOP members, are optimistic that the 10th ruling could restore justice. Many believed the judiciary now has a chance to correct what they see as a blunt political prosecution. That is a blatant political prosecution, which is not supposed to be. So Kanu's prolonged detention has sparked widespread criticism from both locally and international sides. So they must obey the ruling. There must be justice, fairness, and equity in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So Barrister Jude Njoku also maintained that 2023 ruling of Nigeria Supreme Court in the indigenous people of Biafra IPOP leaders case is unconstitutional. Njoku told journalists that the Apex Court's decision, which overturned an earlier ruling by the Appeal Court, which cleared Mazi Nnamdi Kanu of all terrorism charges and discharged him, was a wrong judgment. A very clear wrong judgment. So, speaking, Njoku on behalf of the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's Global Defense Consortium said that the reason given by the Apex Court in overturning the Court of Appeals ruling was logically absurd, unconstitutionally dangerous, and per incuriam, a judgment delivered in ignorance of binding precedents. He pointed out that the Nigerian law is clear that once a court lacks jurisdiction, its proceedings are null and void and cannot be revived. So he cited authorities such as Madukolu versus Nkemdelim and some other citations. So right now, we are waiting to see what will happen. But as it is now, hope have actually rises. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu may be freed on 10th October. So let's see how it happens. So kindly subscribe if you have never subscribed to this very channel for more updates on this and many more. Thank you so much and do have a lovely day ahead. Just type free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on the comment section so that we can contribute a little within our reach to make sure that this young man regains his freedom. He really needs to go back to his family, join his family. The family is really going through a lot, psychological and mentally. Trauma. So right now we must do within our reach the little we can contribute to make sure that all hands are put on desk over this case. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day ahead.